So, welcome back to another episode of the Parable of Design podcast, where we explore life and design. I am your host, Daria, and today's guest is someone whose creative journey I've had the pleasure of witnessing since our high school days. So, from behind the
Yeah.
lens to behind the desk, Mercedes is a multi hyphenate, balancing life as a photographer, content creator, and full-time HR professional. Her feed
That's
is
right.
full of vibrant imagery, bold storytelling, and intentional creative direction. But what's even more compelling is how she navigates this duality, thriving in a corporate space while nurturing her artistry outside of it. So, whether you're a fellow creative juggling a 9 to 5 or just someone trying to stay inspired while adulting, this episode would definitely be for you. So, welcome, Mercedes.
Oh my goodness, that was cute, Daria. Oh my goodness.
Welcome.
I mean, real cute. Love that.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get started. So
Okay.
these are just gonna be like some little icebreakers. So let's take it back in time for a second. Do you remember your first creative spark? Was this, I know I met you in like middle school, high school. Did it happen back
Yeah.
then? Or was this something that, progressed in college and beyond?
Honestly, it's like I feel like I've always been like a jack of all trades. Like my family always tell me that I'm gonna keep a job, like doing something,
Uh-huh.
doing something. So it's like I've always been creative in the sense of like my hair, the things I do. So it's just like it's been a nifty thing. I couldn't tell you for sure when it started, but I know I
Uh-huh.
kind of honed in on some things a little bit during COVID. Ultimately,
Mm.
that's when I picked up my first camera, because at that point I was trying to do the whole little YouTube thing, and I figured I needed a camera to do it like an actual camera. And honestly, for anybody that's starting anything, you do not have to jump into the most expensive thing first. Start where you are, like, cause you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to. But ultimately, I bought a camera, and instead of me using it for the videos that I planned to, what I bought it for,
Mm-hmm.
I was using it and started taking pictures, and I said, "Wow, I didn't even know I liked this until now."
Oh.
And so COVID started, and that is when I picked up my camera, and I've been using it ever since. So
Oh
I would
my
say I
God.
honed in on what I enjoy in 2020 because I didn't really know for sure. I just kind of picked up things here and there, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, God sends you something you don't even know you need it. And when I got my camera, it's like I love this and haven't looked back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. That is awesome. Look at you. Okay. So I've been following you for a while and I, definitely have
Yeah.
seen the progression of your different photo shoots and then even you doing like some content creation
Yeah.
with your, visiting restaurants and stuff like that. So how did that journey begin? I know you just mentioned it and about COVID, but how did you start
Yeah.
to, I guess, focus on that more?
So I would say that the content aspect of it started because I just love to try new things, like
Okay.
all the time. And I realized in COVID, that's the first time I started taking off on foot in Memphis, meaning that it wasn't a lot of things going on.
Mhm.
Obviously, stuff was closed. So I was just kind of rummaging downtown, walking around, all the things, and I'm finding all of these spots that I didn't even know existed
Oh yeah.
at that time. So I'm like, man, so as soon as things started opening up a little bit more, I started trying things a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, so if I didn't know about it, I'm sure some other people in Memphis didn't know about it either.
Mhm.
So that's where it kind of stemmed from. And now it just kind of became this thing where I just keep finding new things in the city. And now it's not just like Memphis, even though that is my core. But now I'm kind of
Mhm.
just dibbling and dabbing in other areas, finding things in other cities. And it's just, it's fun
It
to me
is,
because I
yes.
love trying new things like all the time and finding new creative ways to like see how they do these things in
Mhm.
their restaurants and bars, all those things. It's exciting. It's
Girl,
so
yes.
exciting.
I'll say as a person who interacts with the content, I love a good recommendation. So
Let's
I
talk
love
about it,
that
don't we?
people going out trying restaurants saying yay or nay or
Yeah.
finding it, discovering all this stuff. I
Yeah.
love that. So I'm definitely here for it. TikTok, Instagram, all of that. I'm like, let me
Talk
see if
about
so and so
it.
went to so and
Look,
so
give us
because
the tea.
I trust, their opinion or whatever it may be. They may be, even
Yeah.
like the little snack content creators. They're like, we got the new Oreos coming out. I love that. Let me know before I go to the grocery
Let me
store.
know.
Yeah, so
Man.
definitely, I love the lane that you have, found for yourself, and
Yeah.
I think it's so needed for sure.
Yeah, and I guess it's
So
like now it gives me something to look forward to.
yes, yes,
Every week I'm like, okay, so what am I trying this week? Because I know it's
right,
so easy to get stuck into the humdrum of your routine. Like,
hmm,
you're getting up, preparing for work, doing all the things,
right,
and you just have a
right.
something that you're looking forward to. So I just find that one thing that I'm gonna try for the week, and it's been
Mm,
exciting. Yeah.
good. Okay, so since you've been on this creative journey, how do you feel that has evolved over the years? Like, was it just easier
Ooh,
for
when I
you, or
say if people see my videos from the beginning to now, it has definitely evolved. And it wasn't one of those things where I say like I was like trying. All of a sudden, like new ideas would pop into my head in reference to
okay,
like
yes,
how I want to execute the vision of it. And so
uh,
at first it just kind of started off with me just grabbing little clips and stuff like that, putting it together.
mm-hmm,
And then from there, I'm like, no, I can add this and I can do the voiceover on it. And then I can have the visuals on the screen to where people can follow along with where I am, to where,
right.
you know, how sometimes you can be watching a video and they're talking about it, but we don't even know where you are. Like, ma'am, tell me where
On
we
the
at.
side, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then you
get
gotta go
you.
in the comments to find where you at.
Yeah.
But over time, it's like it's just kind of piled on with new things,
Hmm.
and I just will spark an idea, put it in my phone. I'm like, okay, we're gonna execute this a little bit later, and this
Okay.
is that's where I would mention previously about start where you are. Like it does not have to be perfect because where you are now and where you will be in like the next 3 to 5 years will look completely different. So it's
Absolutely.
just start where you are. If it's something that you're interested in, do that. Start there and keep going.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's definitely evolved over time. A
What about
lot.
your photography? How has that
Mhm.
evolved over
Oh
time? Because I
god.
definitely been seeing you're more
Ooh.
like curated, like set design type shoots. So tell us
Yes,
about that.
yes. Even with that, oh my goodness gracious. So when I first picked up my camera, I had no idea what I was doing.
Hmm.
Like I had no idea. I just kind of self-taught myself everything in reference to
Hmm.
my camera. And so I just started figuring it out over time. Like what makes sense at these angles, this angles, what
Right.
all my
Right.
buttons kind of mean. And then I started getting a little bit more creative in reference to how I want the shoot to look, in reference to
Okay.
lighting and all those different kind of things. So it's all you have to start somewhere. So
Right. That's so
once you
true.
starting is the hardest part. Like once you start over time, you're gonna learn new things along the way that can make it a little bit better to get to where you really want to be. Because
Right.
nobody starts off as the perfectionist when you first get
Mm-mm.
going. So you're just gonna keep learning and evolving. So yes, I've grown in both aspects over time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to shift gears a little bit and start
Yeah.
talking about how you navigate life and work balance. So, as I mentioned previously in the intro, you work as a full-time HR professional.
Yes.
So, what does a typical day look like for you balancing your work life and also all of these, wonderful side hustles that you
Ooh,
have?
girl, when I say I live by a to-do list, okay?
Okay.
I
Okay.
live by a to-do list because I think, a lot of time let me just back up. Let me tell you what it looks like first. Ultimately, throughout the day, I have little things pop up in my head like, okay, I need to do this, do this, do this. And so I brain dump a lot throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of dump things, and then I add them to a to-do list of what I would do the following day. So what I would do with my 24 hours. So I kind of just start the day going to the gym because I've been trying
Mm-hmm.
to move my body a little bit more out here.
Okay.
So I start by going to the gym and then I go ahead and go to work. And that is obviously 8 hours of my life. But I utilize my full 24 hours and I map out that based off of my to do. So do that the day before. Okay, I need to make sure I post the video this day. I may have a shoot this day. Okay, I'm going to make sure I edit on this day. The to do list maps out my 24 hours because you never
Mm-hmm.
know. you got to make time for fun too.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
like make time for things to happen, but having a to-do list, knowing those few things I know I need to hit on a daily, that kind of helps me not feel overwhelmed. Because if you
Hmm.
have so many things going on, especially with me, because I work and do content and do photos, it's kind of easy to get lost in the sauce per se.
Hmm.
But for me, a to-do list is almost essential. I will go crazy without it.
Absolutely. So, do you have like a planner? Because I'm a to-do list girly too, but I got me like a big old planner, and I had to write it
Oh,
all down.
girl,
Are you
yes.
sticky note girly or
I have all the things,
all the
okay?
things? Okay.
But I will say I've been utilizing a lot more of the features on my phone.
Okay,
More
I feel
because, like,
that.
man, I have a planner, and of course,
Hmm.
I always buy one every single year. But now I've started to shift a little bit more to utilize the tool that I'm always have in my hand for the most part. So, like,
Absolutely.
setting those reminders, setting the to-dos, okay, I need to do this today, and at this time I need to do this. So, utilizing this one thing I know Imma have on my person at all times. So, I've been trying to utilize the features that come on it. But
Hmm.
yes, I still am a paper and pen kind of girl because sometimes you
Hmm.
have to write things down. Yeah, so
Absolutely. No, yeah.
yeah.
I feel that. Okay. So, knowing your HR background, are there
Mhm.
any, I guess, like surprising ways that their work influences your photography or content creation?
I guess in a way where I can say they intertwine
Hmm.
is more so the relationships. Because in HR, that's really what it is, building relationships. And with that, I take something from somebody all the time. And I say
Hmm.
I love running my
Absolutely.
I say that all the time because I'm like, man,
Uh,
you never know what you could take away from another person just from
right,
simply
right.
communicating with them. And so, like, the one thing that I love about being in HR is those relationships. Like, I get to see so many people on a regular basis and learn their stories. And sometimes their stories coincide with mine. I may learn a new place that they just went to. And then,
Hmm.
oh, this person may have this going on with their business or this and this. Now you need somebody to shoot it. So it's just like building those relationships in
Hmm.
my 9 to 5 has helped my 5 to 9.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I would definitely say they kind of intermix just solely based off of building those relationships. And I think that's something you can do not just in your like having a career or anything like that. Building
Hmm.
relationships is essential. Like we need
Absolutely.
people. We need people. And people say that they don't need people. You're so wrong. You're so wrong. We
Yeah,
all need each other. Like we really do.
for real.
Yeah.
And you just never know what other people know or who they know and
Yeah,
what
you
they can
never
teach you, just probably not even intentionally, but just by,
girl,
sharing
you
a
never
little
know.
words of wisdom or plugging you in. It's definitely needed. Yeah, definitely
Yes, building
need that.
relationships. So definitely
Hmm.
my 9 to 5 has fostered and helped my 5 to 9 in a lot of different ways.
Okay,
A
yes,
lot.
5 to 9. Okay. So, next question is super similar to that one. Do
Mhm.
you ever feel like you're living a double life with your 9 to 5 and your 5 to 9? Or do you just feel like this is all part of me? What you think about that?
Okay, I'm gonna say no. I don't
Okay.
feel like I'm living a double life, and I think it's because I've never been one to know how to like code switch, if if that makes any
I
sense.
feel
I don't know
that. I
how to
feel that.
like
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn me on and off. So the person I am right now is
Hmm.
exactly the same person how I show up in my HR role. And
Okay.
it's like I'm really like your neighborhood homegirl in HR.
Hmm.
Really am because like I'm gonna give you the real. Like I'm not gonna
Uh-huh.
sugarcoat it for you. I am that HR girly, not your average. And that was really the name that I went by when I
Hmm.
was doing the YouTube thing a while back. Like I was not
Yeah.
your average HR bag because I'm not. I go into the room showing up as me. So I've never kind of code switched or turned off who I am to show up in certain
Okay.
places.
Yeah.
So no, it's never been like a different thing for me. I am who
I
I
love
am.
that.
You just gotta accept it.
I love that. I think that really people realize that too because it makes you show up
Yeah.
very authentic. And it's like the person
Yes.
I'm connecting with on social media, the person I'm connecting with in real life, person, whatever, that's
Yeah.
her. And
That's
I think
that's
that's great.
me. That's
Yeah,
me.
always
But I
showing up as yourself is pivotal. So
yes, and I also
yeah,
think people appreciate that and can receive that a
yes,
little bit better, especially in the HR space. Having someone that kind of talks to them and shows that you also care about them too. Because
yes,
I care about all of them in there. Like sometimes you make terrible decisions. You've made decisions that's gotten you here. That is unfortunate, but this is the repercussions of that. Like
yeah.
it is
Oh,
what it
look.
is, and I'm gonna be honest about it. That's
This is a little
unfortunate.
off topic, but what you think, because I've been seeing the HR girlies give their perspective about that whole situation with the CEO and the
The tea.
girl. I said, oh my God. People
I
been
mean,
talking
a
about like
man,
ethics and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, like
a
it was
man.
nasty as it is, but I saw she didn't step down. I said that HR
Ooh,
lady is cutting up. Okay,
I
she
mean,
is.
cutting up. Like, I mean, and that there, I try not to get too far in folks' business now, but like, look, it's very hard to mix where you work. Nah, don't be doing all that. Look at
Absolutely.
that.
And then out in public,
In
okay?
public,
With
cutting
your
up.
coworkers.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So I said, I know they had some discussions and some
I mean,
people was
what?
on teams typing away about what they saw. I can only imagine.
Ooh, we can only.
Only. I'm just thinking about what happened at work and something like that happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
some niggas will be so tired by the end of the day.
Everybody got something to say.
All the little chat. Girl, did you see so
Ooh,
and so? They
cause what?
you know how it be y'all use scenes where you are it gray out a little bit when they leave stuff like just nosy. Oh my God. But yeah, I just thought about that when you talk about that.
Nosy.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about a little bit about your craft and your process. So the first thing
Yeah.
we'll dive into is photography. How
Okay.
would you describe your style and what I guess stories do you intend to tell through your images?
Okay. I'm kind of glad you asked that because that's pretty timely with
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in a shifting phase where I'm
Okay.
trying to be not necessarily a generalist, and I know that's
Mm-hmm.
probably an HR term, but I don't want to be doing all the things with photography, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm kind of starting to hone in on what I know
Okay.
I enjoy a
Uh-huh.
little bit more. And so, for one, I love events, and that's kind of been
Yes.
more so like where I've thrived a little bit more in the photography
Mm-hmm.
area is events because I love being a part of your function. Like,
Yes,
I
yes. I
want you
saw
to
you
be able
did
to.
what's her name? Renderica. Her
Yes, I
pick her I said,
did.
look at
The
her.
rose
You did that. I told you.
yes.
I
I love high school fam. Yes.
oh yeah.
Yes. Like I love being a part of their event. It's like
Mhm.
I want you to feel like you can simply come in and enjoy.
Yes.
And I got the memories part of it. Like
Yes.
I love that portion of it. But I
Uh-huh.
also love being a part of people's stories and reference to
Mhm.
portraits. That's another thing that I've learned that I enjoy. So those are kind of the two that I think I'm kind of narrowing in on.
Uh-huh.
Because it's been some people that have been clients of mine from, them being pregnant, me shooting their baby shower, to
Mhm.
now shooting the baby when they're born, to shooting the baby when it's
Yes.
1 and 2, and being a part of those stories. It's all
Mhm.
like that's what fuels me in the photography space. So that's kind of where I'm niching down into
Uh-huh.
shooting, like family lifestyle portraits and events. And that's kind of where I'm thinking I found my love for photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
had seen, I think it was a maternity shoot that you had done with like the
Yeah.
silhouette. I was like, this is gorgeous. Like, I was like, oh my
I
gosh,
love
she ate that.
that.
Like, because, I've seen a lot of
Totally.
maternity, photos, but I was like, this is just so like
Oh,
high
thank
level, so
you.
stylized. And so yeah, you
Thank
ate that.
you.
All
I
your
really
pictures eat, but I
prefer.
just really. Thinking of
Remember
that,
that.
remember, yeah, I really remember
Well,
that.
thank you. Like, I really been trying to grow in the craft.
Yes,
It's just
yes.
so much I know I have to learn because
Mhm,
honestly, I just started taking it a bit more seriously the last
mhm,
few years. Even though I know I picked up a camera 5 years ago, but these
mhm.
last few years, I've really been honing in on it a little bit more to try to learn new things, pick up new crafts, and all those things. So, like I said, it's a process. It's a process, and that evolution is
Absolutely.
steadily growing. Because I'm like, man, that particular shoot you're mentioning, like I
Mhm.
couldn't even believe I shot that. I'm like, okay, girl,
Yes,
look
you
at
ate that up.
you,
Ate it up. Yes.
look at you, growing and getting better and better. But yeah,
Mhm.
and I know I'm trying to go back to what you asked me. Make sure I answered your question.
Okay, you answered it, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, I know we didn't kind of diverted a little bit. I make sure I
Oh,
answered the
yeah,
question you
you
asked
good.
me.
Oh, just fine. Okay, so minus that one. What's a
Mhm.
recent shoot or a piece of content that you feel really proud of?
A recent shoot, what I feel proud of. Ooh, I don't know. I feel proud of every single one. I'm trying to find one that's like
Okay.
specific. Ugh. Okay, well, I won't say anyone that's like specifically one that I'm more so proud of over the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think now, even with the content side of it, and I kind of talk about that,
Uh-huh.
I've kind of been honing in on touching bases in a lot of different realms. Like I want to
Okay.
be able to give you a preview before the review.
Mm.
And like given the preview part of it, it's like I've been shifting into how I create that preview. And I've been pretty proud of how that's been executed
Mm-hmm.
because I see the different transitions that I've been adding into those previews. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, girl, we done came a long way with these content things. So, like, I would say I'm pretty proud of the evolution with it because now I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I can properly tell a story a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
get one excited about what you will see coming up. So I would definitely say I'm proud of where I'm going with the content and the story that I'm
Okay.
trying to tell through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So just to kind of end this little segment off,
Mhm.
how do you stay inspired when life or your routines take over?
Ooh. Oh, that's like such it feels like a loaded question. Because I think for me, I'm always thinking of how I can get better, and it almost
Okay.
comes to me all the time. So I feel like I'm always inspired.
Yeah, well,
Always
that's good.
inspired, but if there are moments where I don't feel as inspired, I
Hmm.
allow myself to feel that because I
Okay.
know sometimes I can move so fast. Like
Yeah.
I'm always like, okay, I'm on to this thing, this thing, this thing. But when I'm kind of in those spaces where, okay, we're gonna calm it down a little bit, I try to embrace those as much as I can
Hmm.
because I know I'm always on the go and always thinking and always trying to think of that next thing. So I would
Hmm.
say, me personally, I think I'm always inspired and I have to probably turn it off a little bit more.
I love that. I feel like, yeah, I can attest to that too. I think when you are in that mode and you found your lane,
Yeah.
the ideas just come. It's like
Keep
once you
coming.
start and you're doing something that you love, it's like every little thing is just like, oh, and I can do that. And maybe I'll start, you know? So I get that.
It's a
Absolutely.
constant
Look.
thing, and I feel like I have to turn it off at times, like, just to be able to have that balance because I
Hmm.
don't want anything to just kinda consume me,
Yes,
because
yes.
I do try to make time for life to happen, like, I want
Yes.
to be able to enjoy the time that I'm here, so, like, ultimately,
Hmm.
that's why going back to the to-do list and brain dumping, I brain dump those things so that I can
Hmm.
make time for them within my day so that I don't constantly be sparking ideas all day.
I feel that. Like,
Yeah,
look, I need compartmentalize. I got time for
balance.
this, and this. Yes. I'm
Definitely
here for
balance.
it. Okay. Um, okay, so these are more like opinionated type questions, not
Okay.
so much uh deep dives like those just were. But
Yeah.
so tell us something that you wish more people understood about the creative process, especially when you're doing it on the side.
I guess something that I wish more people understood. Mm. And I think I'm gonna stand back on something I already said. I
Okay.
think I wish more people understood that it is a process. Like, and that was hard
Mhm.
for me to grasp at first because I'm
Mhm.
somewhat of a perfectionist, like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right now.
Absolutely.
But it's like knowing that it will steadily grow, and I want
Mhm.
people to really know if it's something that you want to do, literally do it. Do
Do
it.
it.
Start with where you are. And I think me personally, I always jump into things thinking that it has to be the best of the best. I need the best of the equipment and all these different kind of things. And
Mhm.
just starting where you are and allow people to follow your journey, it's almost like they feel a little bit more connected to the story when they see
Mhm.
how you've grown, how you've evolved. So I think that's something that I wish more people knew and understood, that it is going to be
Mhm.
a journey, and don't allow you just not having the right thing to stop you from trying or
Okay.
initiating.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is something that I wish people kind of knew
Mhm.
and took hold to a little bit more, starting where
Mhm.
you
I
are.
love that. I love that. I
Yeah.
was just talking to a coworker. She was asking me about my podcast, and she was talking about how she had like a little cousin or something who
Mhm.
had wanted to pursue content creation, but
Yeah,
gave up on it real quick because she was like, "Oh, this is work. Like
because it
this is
is.
like it is, like, or I'm not getting the views I want right away, or I'm not
Mhm.
whatever, that instant gratification of thinking you're gonna go viral or whatever. This person, and
Yeah,
I hope they get back into it, was kind of battling that. So I love that. Talking about the process and
yeah.
knowing that it is a gradual thing, but you gotta start somewhere. So
Start
I
somewhere and do
do,
not quit.
yeah.
And unlike,
Yeah.
you may start off only getting 100 something views, and then you may have this one video that takes off, completely takes off.
Yes.
And then the next one may drop back down. You just it's
Mm-hmm.
up and down, but you don't stop. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just keep going. Keep
Keep
going. That
going.
part I wish people knew and understood a little bit more. Do not allow that to discourage you. Keep going. Start where you are and keep
Absolutely.
going.
I love it. So have you ever thought about being a full-time creative?
Yes, but I ain't think too long on it. I sure have. I've thought about it, but I for sure it was a quick thought. And I say that because like I it's a lot of things about what I do that I enjoy. But I love the consistency of the 9 to 5. Like
Mm-hmm.
in reference
Absolutely.
to, I know that check don't come every 2 months.
Yes.
Like
Benefits, all of
that there
mhm.
covers the bills. We gonna make sure home is taken care of. And
Yes.
it's like I always want to make sure I feel like I have that cushion.
Mm-hmm.
But in reference to the other things, I know that I'm able to do it within my day. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's impossible. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what God has for me. He may pull me off HR completely because something else is taking off 100%. But
Uh-huh.
as of current, no, I don't foresee myself doing either of these things full time. Like I do
Uh-huh.
enjoy what comes with them when they come,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I want to continue to enjoy it. Like I don't want it to ever feel like stress
Yes,
because like
I feel that. Yeah.
I need to be able to pay this bill or pay this bill. Like I want to be able to do these things in my
Uh-huh.
leisure and be able to control it a little bit more. And again, that's about that
Absolutely.
balance for me. Like I can only accept this max amount of shoots throughout this time because
Mm-hmm.
this is my capacity.
Right.
Because I want to be able to have that balance. So I don't foresee myself going 100% full time with it. No, not right now. I'm
Okay.
enjoying the balance that I have with it all. Yeah.
Okay, I feel that. Yeah, definitely. I know I'm a full-time creator, but that's just like my career.
Yeah.
So I do work a 9 to 5 though, and a lot of creatives do have, opinions about working for the man, okay, or working a 9 to 5. And I'm like,
Yeah.
look, I have benefits, I eat well, I dress
What?
cute, the check, the salary, it's always there,
It's still
versus
there.
I found that and I like that balance like you said as well
Yeah.
of I can freelance over here, I work on the podcast, I'm working on a mural,
Yeah.
but I still have that stability. So girl, I get it.
Yes, heavy on the
Absolutely.
stability.
That's
Heavy
so
on
important to me.
there.
I'm like, I can't focus without,
Yeah.
I mean, like, so I'm just look.
And I think it allows my part-time things to be a bit more fun, not
Yes,
feeling
yes.
like work or stress. And it's like
Exactly. It's
doing
yeah.
the content, I enjoy going out, trying new places and
Mhm,
finding new things in the city to where, whatever comes of that is great. I
mhm,
love that. And whatever comes of the shoots is great. Love that
mhm.
too. But it's like I want it to always feel fun for me. So
Absolutely.
I don't want
Yeah.
it to feel like stress and or a lot of work.
Right, right. Do you feel
Yeah.
like those are creative outlets for you? Like just ways that almost, even though you are creating content or you are doing
Mhm.
photography and it is work in a sense, but do you feel like that alleviates your stress because you are doing something you love?
I don't think I'm one that's heavy on stress. And that's
Okay.
so to say, and
Uh-huh.
people may not believe me when I say that,
Uh-huh.
but like I think I've learned how to manage my middle really, really
Okay.
well to where I don't allow things to stress me out. So ultimately, it does feel like a release from my day to day.
Okay.
Reference to like going to work, I know I'm gonna be there from this time to this time. So
Mhm.
like doing the other things does feel like freeing per se,
Okay.
but I wouldn't think that it does alleviate stress because I'm not one
Okay.
to hold stress. Because boy, will stress kill you.
And
Stress will
age
kill
you.
you. It will take you
Okay.
out of here. Take you out of here. And so it's like I don't really
No.
allow things to stress me out. And if something was kind of adding a
Okay.
level of stress, I will quickly remove it. But it's just
I'm here for it. Okay.
like I think more so it's a freeing experience because it feels like, when it comes and it's exciting
Yes,
versus
yes.
things that I know I'm doing with my day that's kind of concrete. So I would say it's more freeing than really.
Ah, okay, I love that. All
Love
right.
it.
Mercedes said, I don't get stressed out. So
Good. Do
it's not alleviating anything because I am.
not let you stress me out. No.
Like honestly, at a certain point, you do have to realize like this is stressing me out. This has to go, or
Has
like
to
because
go.
honestly, most of the
Gorgeous.
stress is just allowing things to continue that you already know are a
Mhm.
trigger, are unhealthy, whatever. So I get that.
Yes. I
And I
seen
love
this
how you
thing.
said managing your middle. I
Yeah.
want that on a shirt. I love that. So when
Literally,
you said
I
that,
seen
I
yes, I seen this thing that said, if you are, maybe depressed or stressed, you're
said,
living in the past. And if you're anxious or nervous, you're living in the
uh,
future. But if you're at peace, you're living in your present. And I think
mm,
that's more so my middle. Like I
yes,
try to maintain a certain level of peace and don't let things stress me out. Because what would you can't control everything.
you
just
cannot. You
just
cannot.
enjoy life and kind of enjoy the cards that's been dealt for you, but
Hmm.
everything else just kind of feels free because when it comes, and it's exciting when it
Absolutely.
does. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna ask you just a few more little questions just to get to know you a little bit better. Do you have a favorite lens or editing app?
So I guess I edit with what most people edit into,
Hmm.
in reference to photography. So I use Lightroom and Photoshop,
Okay.
contingent upon what I'm doing. But with content, I use quite a few things. Like
Okay.
I utilize Canva, and I think a lot of people
Mhm.
should start dibbling and dabbling in Canva a little bit more
Yeah.
because they got all the things on there. It does kind of allow you to personalize the content a little bit more
Hmm.
versus like excuse me, like the regular little setups they have within the app, like on
Yeah.
TikTok or Instagram, stuff like that. Canva allows
Hmm.
you to be a bit more creative, and
Hmm.
that part I like. So, and that's for people that want to dive into that more creative side of it. You want it to be a little bit more personalized and, have your name on it and stuff like that. I definitely use Canva for a lot of things, but
Okay.
I've started using CapCut as well,
Okay.
for a bit more of my transitions inside of
Mm-hmm.
it. So those ones are my core. They're the core.
Okay. Do you, as far as I guess like photography or even with your content creation, do you have a dream brand or client that you would want to work with? Like if somebody reached out to you and was like, "We
Oh.
want to fly you to so and so to, create some content."
Oh my goodness. So I wouldn't say I have a dream
Hmm.
person or a client, but I'm welcome and open to any people that want me in the room, like, and I didn't
Okay.
say any, but most. Like,
Hmm.
if you are in alignment with what I enjoy and the things that I do, I
Hmm.
will gladly accept anything that's coming, whether if that's in Florida, in Mexico, child, wherever it may be. Like, I am willing to accept those things if they are in alignment for me. So I wouldn't say that I have a dream person to work with at this very moment, no, but
Okay.
I would love to keep growing and working with
Hmm.
people that do coincide with what I do and what I enjoy. So, whatever is in alignment, that is what
Okay.
I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Okay. And the
Yeah.
last one,
Mhm.
when it comes to like, I guess, editing and things like that, do you prefer to do that in the morning or at night?
I do it actually throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
So I have like a process set up. So in
Mm-hmm.
reference to the photos, for example, like I
Mm-hmm.
I throw it, go ahead and throw them all out there into Lightroom or Photoshop and put them
Mm-hmm.
all in there first, organize them at some other point in the day. Then maybe towards the latter part of the day, I sit down at my desk and edit. So it's kind of like steps to where I
Okay.
can not feel like I'm bombarded throughout the
Absolutely. Yeah.
day. And even with the content side of it, like I do different steps. So I may upload all the clips into Canva at one point, and then maybe I'll
Mm-hmm.
go in and kind of frame them at another point throughout the day, and then maybe I go in and clip them at another point. And maybe once I get my to-do list together, the next day I'm actually
uh,
preparing the script on what I want to say after I clipped it. So it's a process for me. So I wouldn't say I have one time I'm doing this or doing this, but I try to do things as I can when I can to where I don't feel overwhelmed because it can
okay.
definitely get overwhelming. I've seen that and what that
Mm-hmm.
looks like, and having a process in place makes things a bit more smoother for me. So I'd
Okay.
say throughout the day.
Throughout the day. All
Throughout
right.
the
Well,
day.
Mercedes, this has been lovely. I have loved learning more
Yeah.
about you, your creative process. Go ahead and give yourself a shout out and tell folks where they can find your content, your photography,
Yeah.
website, Instagram, all that.
Yes. So on all social media platforms, I am riding with Mercedes. So you are
Hmm.
riding with me to try all the different things. But in reference to my photography, that is Chic Captures. It's the pronunciation of the word chic, but it is and let me tell you how I got the name because people say it wrong all the time. So the word chic, CHIC, the pronunciation of chic is SHEK.
Okay.
If you ever looked at it. And so I'm like, well, she as in me, because I am a woman, and it's chic photos that I produce.
Hmm.
So that's where it came from. But
Okay.
ultimately, that is my name on all those as well. Chic Captures. And on Instagram, it is chic dot captures. So yes,
Okay.
that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, look at that. Well, yes, this has been lovely. I look forward to seeing everything
Yay.
else you will be creating, whether it be
Thank
photography, content
you.
creation, event photos, which look bomb, by the way. So yes.
Thank you
Um,
for having me. This has been so lovely.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, girl. So yeah, so keep it up. I'm proud of you. I love
Thank
it. Love
you.
seeing Black woman creatives, women creatives,
About
just
it.
all that.
Loving everything you're
Look,
doing as well.
doing that thing. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Daria.
Well, all righty. So this has been it, you guys. Another episode, episode 6 of the Parable of Design podcast. Yay. All right. Bye.
Bye.